Right.
Because
Well, I mean, and I think there's this fear of juveniles
yeah.
that's maybe a little bit misplaced and a little bit based on ignorance that I think we have to kind of work on because, you know, I mean, children, especially they're in very dysfunctional environments, they're going to maybe make some big mistakes because if all the grown-ups around you are making gigantic mistakes, it's just that much easier for you to make one. We've got plenty of callers calling in here. Joe?
Yeah, this is Joe. Hi.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I just wanted to really thank Miss Melissa Sawyer and I think Glennis Scott for everything that they've done. They really are a great organization. I had a close relative of mine who was running with the wrong crowd. He was a juvenile, spent some time in a juvenile detention center, dropped out of school, was doing drugs, I mean the whole nine, headed in a really bad path. Actually, he was assigned to a youth advocate, I believe, through Youth Empowerment Project, who really worked with him, mentored him to the fullest extent, got him enrolled into the No Play GED program, which is a fabulous program. To make a long story short, the guy ended up getting his GED. He's now about to graduate from a technical college locally, and he actually does some mentoring with some youth in his area now. So, I mean, they've just done great work, and I can attest to that firsthand. I just wanted to applaud those guys.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, thank you very much for your call. Zita, welcome to our show.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
First off, wanted to say that I love y'all's show. It's fantastic, and I listen every week.
All right.
Great, great.
I wanted to thank the Youth Empowerment Project. They seem like they're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
No
that's
problem.
awesome.
How many kids do y'all help in a year?
Currently, right now, again, through our GED and literacy program, we're working with slightly over 600. Again, that's folks who are coming and going through the system. We've had 36 GED graduates. And just to touch on that number again, sometimes folks are like, oh, only 36 out of 600. But we need to remember that the average young person is entering reading it between a 5th and a 6th grade level. So it takes a significant amount of time and effort, not just on our part, but also on the part of the student to really commit themselves and to focus on getting that GED and really putting that time in. And then through our case management and mentoring program, we're working with about 100 young people a year also. So yeah, we're doing the best we can, again, with limited resources and really trying to make sure that we maintain the quality and the sort of holistic nature of our services while also trying to do the best we can to meet the huge need of young people in this community.
Oh, yeah. No, there definitely is a need. Did y'all hear by chance about the 17-year-old kid that pulled out an AK-47 in the middle of the street? It was just this Sunday, actually.
Yeah, it was that just recently on the news?
Yes.
We did hear, but we don't know any particulars on it, though.
No, and I think, again, though, it's so unfortunate. I have to say that those are the stories we hear so often in the news. We had in May a citywide GED graduation ceremony where over 100 young people graduated with their GEDs. They all had caps and gowns. They walked across stage. And you know what? There wasn't one radio station. There wasn't one media station there. And again, it's just we have to also look at that one person. There was 100 young people on May 15th who walked across the stage who got a GED and made a huge accomplishment, and we're definitely taking a turn away from that type of lifestyle and those choices. And I think we as a community really need to hold up those young people as models and make sure that media is also held accountable in terms of giving recognition and support to young people who are doing good things and making good choices. So I would say that's unfortunate. Obviously there's issues and problems and around crime and poverty and lack of education and unemployment in this city, but there's also a lot of really good stuff going on, both from organizations and from young people themselves.
Right. I mean, to do it alone, it sounds almost unimaginable. Kids who are at risk have so many hard issues to deal with, and especially, the fear of going through something alone. Mm-hmm. So, what y'all are doing is amazing. Mm-hmm. And what is it that you are seeing with, like, the youth and things like that, they have to make this journey alone, and the fear that, kind of just overwhelms, and they just don't know how to break out of that cycle?
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's an ongoing struggle for a lot of the youth that we work with. But I think that's why the mentoring relationship is so important. 90% of what we do is building on that relationship, really getting and creating a bond with the individuals, especially those who have not been in the community.
Well, and you've got the problem of culture, which is, you might have a kid that's really smart and really motivated, and he's busy reinventing the wheel. And if you just hand him a bicycle, so he doesn't have to get the wheel, the bikes, the spokes, and everything, because maybe where you're coming from, just for a lot of people, a lot of things we just take completely for granted is their support is there, whether it's emotional, financial. For a lot of these kids, isn't there, but that doesn't mean that they are not capable of wonderful things, and that's the thing that impresses me the most when I hear stories, because violent crime has got it's got a bad name, but when it comes to kids, okay, if I take out my AK-47 and start firing, look, I'm an old guy, and I'm probably going to be pretty messed up when I get to that point, and honestly, it's not that easy. The statistics don't look that great of changing me too much if I'm really that messed up. It's amazing with a young person because of your body, your hormones, your mind developing. A young person can do incredibly bad things or things that would with a grown-up it's a hopeless case, but they're so capable of change. They have so much potential, and that's why as a lawyer I know the laws originally that we said, okay, some people are just so crazy we're not going to hold them accountable because we just can't, because they're just too crazy. And then children, we're not going to hold them accountable because they're children, and I think losing that is a big loss for our society, especially when you've got so many problems in the inner cities, getting the support that you need to bring people to their full potential, to just throw people away with the attitude people should be thrown away if they make a mistake, is a huge kind of social judgment that I think we've been trying to make, and we need to let that go.
No, and I agree. And I think, though, as a community, we all need to step up and recognize all of our responsibility. That 17-year-old, I'm sure, was sending out signals of trouble and struggle for years and years to come. And very likely, no one had paid any attention to that or really stepped in to support him. Like, when we're talking about 8 and 9-year-olds who aren't going to school because they have one pair of shoes and have to switch between siblings to decide who goes to school that day, that's a problem that society should be responsible for addressing before that 8-year-old grows up, is tired of being picked on at school, gets put out, drops out, then starts getting... So, again, we all need to take our responsibility.
What kind of home environment do you have if you can leave for school with an AK-47 and nobody notices?
Well, and again, though, if people, and again, some people don't want to, but if they don't want to work with the 17-year-old, that's why we're here. But as a community, we have a responsibility to invest in younger children to ensure that they have after-school and recreation opportunities, that they have quality education, that they're able to access these opportunities. And then we have a responsibility as the Youth Empowerment Project to really embrace young people who maybe have been in trouble and to try to help steer them towards employment and to educational opportunities. And we accept that. That's what we're here for. But I think collectively we need to recognize there's a lot of kids really, really struggling in this community, and that we all have the responsibility to try to support them.
Well, we've got Miss Alice on line one. Hello, Alice.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, it's good to hear from you. I bet you got plenty to say about this, huh?
I just wanted to tell...
I know Alice a little bit.
I just wanted to say, Mr. Russell, I'm really proud of you, and I thank God for you. And when I first met you, I knew there was something about you that... for helping the people. But my question to you, to the people that you have there, I wanted to just give you a little background. I am a mother of 4, been married almost 49 years. I had to drop out of school myself, and I just started a program, an adult program, and I don't mind saying it because I'm a woman that is very intelligent. I'm a woman that have done a lot in my life, and so I don't mind saying that I didn't get my GED. And so I've been kind of busy, but I found a program that I'm going on Saturdays. I pay her. She's a professor. She was at Dillard. At Xavier, and now she has a program. And the reason I didn't get in the other program is because there was no Saturday or Sunday. And like I said, I'm kind of busy, and I do have a family, so I have to get that taken care of. And my 4 girls are doing fine. I was a mother who stayed involved in their lives, and one is a real estate doing great, so they really have been done great in life. But my question to the panel there is that, okay, we're working with the children. What about those parents that you're working with those children? Some of them do not have the education. Maybe working with them too can encourage those kids to want more Because if they don't have the education, I'm talking about the parent,